Focus on two superstars, Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley. We're going to be focused on the Raw brand. I'm going to give you guys pretty much a breakdown how the superstar mode is going to go. We're going to slowly build upon the universe as we continue through the superstar mode live streams, if we ever do a future one. That is my main goal. Other than that, guys, we're going to get started on superstar mode. I already have it good to go. We're going to roll down the... So we're not actually playing the Zio League. I just want to show you the setup real quick for this. We're going to ignore all of that because it's probably going to change when I show you the superstar mode part of it. This is the Raw roster. We're only doing Raw. I worked on this all in the morning, just to let you guys know. I worked on this all in the morning. So we're only going to do Raw right now. I deleted NXT and SmackDown. We're going to slowly build upon the universe. Because I had no idea how long the marathon was going to be, I only made the WrestleMania Backlash usually in the second week. I put it in the first week. Night of Champions I added with the custom arena. There's no pay-per-view premium live event in June, but we have the Money in the Bank in the first week of July, just like real life. Try to make it as accurate to real life as possible. We're only focused on the Raw brand. So, if depending on how long this marathon goes, we might make it. That's why I made it to Money in the Bank. 3 months should be more than enough time to get through this marathon. So there's that. But let's go over everything else. We can look at the roster real quick. So it's pretty much I try to make it identical to the current Raw roster itself. So Akira, Alexa, I know Angel and Humberto are currently doing NXT, but they're still technically Raw superstars. Apollo, Becky, Big E, I know hasn't been drafted, but since the New Day are on Raw right now, it's only evident that he'll eventually be on Raw when he decides to come back. Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, you know he's a free agent. Bronson Reed. I put all the free agents on. They're going to be on both Raw and SmackDown when I eventually make the SmackDown brand for the Superstar mode. Bronson Reed, Candice, Carmella, Cedric, you get a free agent, Chad, Chelsea, Cody, with the first one of people we're playing as during this marathon, Damian, Dana, Dexter, Dolph, Dominic, Doudrop, Drew McIntyre, Elias, Emma, Eric, Finn Balor, Giovanni Vinci, you know, all of Imperium, Gunther, Happy Corbin, Humberto, Indy, Ivar, JD McDonough, Jinder, Johnny, Katana, Caden, Kevin Owens. He's only the Raw Tag Team Champion since obviously we don't have the SmackDown brand. I took off the SmackDown titles. Kofi, Liv, Ludwig, Masay, Madcap, even though he's Riddick Moss. Now he's back to Riddick Moss. Mansoor, Riddle, The Miz, Mustafa Ali, MVP, Natalia, Nikki Ash, Odyssey Jones, Omos, Otis, R-Truth. I know he wasn't drafted as well as Alexa, but since they were last on Raw, I still decided to put them on there. Randy Orton, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley sees she has the World Women's title, so you a hint about what's happening here. One of the people I've been playing as during this marathon. Ricochet, Robert Roode, Ronda, Sammy, Sanga from Indashir, Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion, Shayna Baszler, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke, Deville, Tegan, Tommaso Ciampa. Obviously, again, he's not a part of the roster at the moment, but he was last seen on Raw, so that's why I still want to hear Trish Stratus as well, who is the manager of Zoe Stark, Veer, Vaughn, Xavier, Xia Li, Xia Quinn, who's a free agent, and Zoe Stark. I know it's pretty much identical. We're not basing it off of real life. I'm just having it as a base. That's just a baseline start, and then obviously whatever happens in universe mode happens. So that's why. For the teams, I try to make it as accurate as possible. Alpha Academy, Benjamin Gable, DeVille and Green, Imperium, and Dashir, the Judgment Day with Dom, Chance and Carter. I know they're technically not a team. We have yet to see them team up because Indy's injured, but I'm just assuming they are going to be a team. Los Lotharios, Maximilian Ross without Maxine. I have her as a manager, but there's no point. The New Day, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Owens and Zayn, RK Bro, Rousey and Baszler, and the Viking Raiders. I think for the championships, obviously we're using the World Heavyweight title with Seth Rollins, Gunther with the Intercontinental, just the tag team titles, Rhea Ripley for the women's, and then the women's tag team titles, Ronda and Shayna. Now, we're going to look at the rankings. Just side, I just want to point out something, because I've heard people keep saying regarding the tag team situations, Owens and Zayn should just get one title and they just go through both brands. It's stupid. So, again, I replicated the current roster for Raw, and look how many teams they have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's currently 9 teams on the Raw roster. If you don't count RK Bro and Sean Benjamin and Gable, there's technically 7 teams, right? That's more than enough teams for a set of titles for the Raw show. SmackDown also has like, what, they're doing as of this live stream, today is SmackDown, and they're doing a freaking tag team gauntlet match which feature like 5 teams. There is more than enough teams for each title to justify a separate set of tag titles, which I think is going to eventually happen, is that Owens and Zayn are going to just keep the Raw tag titles since they're part of the Raw roster, which are actually, well, that's the whole lineage of it is a different story. They're going to retire the SmackDown tag team titles. The Raw titles have been called the World Tag Team titles, and obviously the SmackDown titles called WWE Tag Team titles. The question is, how are they going to get a separate set of titles? That's the question. And then for the women's tag team, we actually have some 3 teams right here, so they actually have a division. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So that should do it right there. No one's in the other. Obviously, we got the Intercontinental title scene right here, and then the World title scene. Obviously, we're going to be playing as Cody, and I'm already ranked 2, so I got to get past Brock. And then for Rhea, when I play as her, she is currently the Women's World Champion. Also, the match tape, I forgot to show you guys that. Last have to go before we get into Superstar mode. Match table. So I try to replicate the last 4 weeks that was currently airing. Actually, let me, as I'm doing this, actually, hold on. Let me adjust this light, because I realize it's getting a tad bit darker. And there we go. As the darker it gets, I'm going to adjust the light, obviously, but what you call it? I tried to adjust the match table to have the matches that happen on Raw within the past month, and then the percentages and the limits of each one. So you got 1-on-1 and limit of 5. So to make it a variety, you see there will be some time the championships is on the line. So as Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes, there's a good chance I'd be fighting for a title during Superstar modes. That's just not on the premium live events as well. So there's that. It's only 7. I know the default is 9. I have zero idea why they set the default to 9. It makes no goddamn sense, because Raw never has 9 matches, especially now Triple H. Triple H, heaven knows how he does his booking. It's usually 6, maybe 7 if you're lucky. I got the average to 7, and they're very long matches for a 3-hour show. Triple H focused more on storytelling than just putting out matches for the sake of putting it out. So that's why the matches are actually a tad bit long. It's been working for his part, so I can't complain there. So just, there you go, brief rundown. Obviously, I adjusted the match tables for these shows as well to reflect their previous 4 events of each time. Like I said, with this marathon, we might go to Money in the Bank. It depends. I'm shooting for like 2 or 3 hours as a marathon event here on this channel. I mean, for this live stream. So for those who watch back for the replay, you guys have 3 hours of Superstar mode content you can look forward to. So we're going to switch now to Superstar mode.